Accenture's revenue dip sparks anxiety for large IT outsourcers. 23andMe files for bankruptcy, leaving the question, should you delete your data? And ByteDance puts out a new photo modeling tool called Infinite You. Welcome to Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. Accenture's latest quarterly earnings showed a 5.8% drop in revenue from the previous quarter, prompting some concern across the IT sector. The global consulting firm reported $16.66 billion in revenue for the quarter, citing delays in decision-making and slower discretionary spending, particularly among U.S. government clients. Given Accenture's role as a bellwether for global IT demand, the results have raised flags ahead of upcoming earnings reports from other IT service companies. And there are reasons to be concerned, or at least feeling some uncertainty. With the Department of Governmental Efficiency in the U.S., or DOGE, slashing government budgets and looking for contracts to cancel, anyone with a consulting or outsourcing contracts should be feeling a lot of trepidation. It's much easier to cut a consulting contract than it is to cut staff. And classically, when spending needs to be slashed, this is the first line item to cut. But now there's an added wrinkle of politics entering the decision process. Some of the largest outsourcing companies have a double whammy of being offshore, with Indian outsourcers being some of the largest firms in the IT space. And up till now, India has not been seen as a target of the Trump administration, but they could be caught up in the new Buy America focus in the U.S. Other companies, like Canada's CGI, may feel a more direct impact of the Canada-U.S. conflict. U.S. sector could be as much as 1/3 of CGI's overall revenue. And likewise, U.S. consulting companies may feel the freeze on Canadian government contracts, taking a Buy Canada stance, which could affect billions of dollars in contracts. Still, there's a hope that the desire to cut costs may continue to drive consulting and outsourcing opportunities. Namrath Darshan, Chive business leader at India Research ISG, stated in a recent article that uncertainty in the market is causing a delay in some decision-making as firms wait to get more clarity on the impact of new policies. To date, it appears that smaller IT and business service deals will feel the effects more than large deals, which are more likely to be driven by existing cost optimization goals. Didi Mishra, VP analyst at Gartner, said the long-term outlook may still be positive. The demand for operational efficiency and optimization is likely to rise, providing room for continued transformations, he said. There will be an impact of these changes on various systems, leading to some opportunities that can also be leveraged. So it may be that firms with strong cost efficiency offerings and global delivery models may be positioned to weather the turbulence and possibly benefit from clients seeking to optimize budgets. But still, the U.S. government, a major purchaser of consulting and outsourcing services, remains a big unknown, particularly in non-defense-related consulting. The impact of America First purchasing on foreign firms and the reaction of other governments going for their own restrictive policies remains a big unknown. And of course, there are the rumblings about a potential recession. All of these factors make the next few quarters a real question for both American and offshore companies. To date, major reported job losses have been in the large tech firms. If there's a retrenchment, the outsourcing sector may be hit with some job losses as well. How many of these are onshore as opposed to offshore remains to be seen. Genetics testing company 23andMe, which once had high-profile endorsements from the likes of Oprah Winfrey and even Snoop Dogg, has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection to facilitate its sale after years of financial struggles. CEO and co-founder Anne Wojcicki has resigned but will remain on the company's board. Founded in 2006, 23andMe gained prominence with its direct-to-consumer DNA testing kits, allowing individuals to explore their ancestry and health predispositions. The company's name reflects the 23 pairs of chromosomes in human cells. Despite early successes and a peak valuation of $6 billion, 23andMe faced challenges including regulatory scrutiny, privacy concerns, and a significant data breach in 2023 affecting nearly 7 million users. These issues, coupled with declining demand and financial losses, led to workforce reductions and strategic shifts. In January 2025, the company announced the need for additional liquidity and explored strategic alternatives, including a potential sale and even taking the company private. The March 23, 2025 bankruptcy filing listed assets and liabilities between $100 million and $500 million. And if some of those assets are the results of the genetic testing, as 23andMe undergoes restructuring, concerns have arisen regarding the security of genetic data of the 15 million customers. California Attorney General Rob Bonta has advised users to delete their genetic data from the company's databases to protect their sensitive information. And Professor Carissa Velez, author of Privacy is Power, earlier told the BBC that this is arguably the most valuable personal data you have. She told the BBC interviewer, "If you gave your data to 23andMe, you also gave the genetic data of your parents, your siblings, your children, and even distant kin who did not consent to it." ByteDance, owner of TikTok, has released a new AI model called Infinite You, designed to create personalized versions using a person's original image while keeping their identity intact. The model, known as INFU, uses advanced image generation techniques to let users change the look or context of a photo without losing the person's core features. Infinite U was developed to fix common problems in AI-generated portraits like poor image quality or faces that don't really resemble the original person. It does this with a new method called InfusedNet, which injects identity data into the image creation process. The result is better-looking photos that still look like the original user. And while it can project the subject into any sort of fictional role, it's particularly impactful when you see it change the age of the subject, from much younger or much older. The samples, at least, are nothing short of astonishing. Developers can also customize the model further. Infinite U supports upgrades using control nets and popular tools that help fine-tune how AI generates images. It's compatible with different base models, including Flux One Dev and Flux One Schnell, which allow faster and more flexible results. ByteDance has made the code available on GitHub under a Creative Commons license for researchers for academic use, and a public demo is live on Hugging Face for anyone who wants to try it. It is restricted. I could only get one try at it, but I was amazed to see what I should have looked like 30 years ago. And that's our show for today. I'm your forever young host, Jim Love. Have a terrific Tuesday.